Hi everyone, how are you? Hope you are well. So today we're going to talk about how to find a real estate agent and some things to look for in purchasing your property. So basically you're going to look online and you're going to see some houses that you're interested in, property that you're interested in, and the real estate agent will be next to the property that you're interested in. You could do it that way, or you could ask around. Um, Perhaps you know real estate agents or someone else knows real estate agents that they've worked with in the past. So you're basically going to ask the real estate agents a series of questions before you decide to work with them. First of all, you're going to ask, do you own rental property? Because the purpose of this is not just to buy a house. The purpose of this is to buy a house, buy property next year, buy property the year after that, buy property the year after that, buy property the year after that, and then achieve what is called financial independence through real estate. So essentially, buying your freedom. But it's very important to know, does your real estate agent own rental property? The reason being is that when they are looking with you, they would know specifically what to look for. For example, if you're deciding to take on Section 8 tenants, real estate agent that owns rental property, maybe they already have Section 8 tenants and they know the requirements of Section 8. Section 8 has specific requirements that needs to be met within that housing. Some houses you could just automatically go to and say no. Section 8 will never um, they'll never allow Section 8 tenants to live in this property. So it's valuable to have a real estate agent who already owns rental property. For cases of Section 8 or other cases, just knowing what to look for when it comes to rental property. Also, knowing about the profit, making sure that this property is going to make you profit, knowing how to analyze the deal. And if the real estate agent already owns rental property, they will have already been through that process of analyzing property to make sure that you're buying the right property and the property that is going to make you profit instead of being on the opposite end, instead of being on the losing end. So that's the first primary question. Do you own rental property? Very important to know when picking a real estate agent. You'd also like to ask, how long have you been doing real estate? How many homes have you sold? So, how long have you been in this? It's a good question to ask. You're also going to desire to know their schedule. Some real estate agents work full time, others work part time. So, do you plan to see the houses only on the weekends, or do you expect to see them? Do you expect to see them every day? Like, how aggressive are you with this? Do you expect to be looking at property every day, or expect to be looking at them on the weekend? So you want to know if your schedule is in alignment. If it's okay just to look sporadically, or if you desire to be looking every day. So just to get that, get the schedule to make sure that you are in agreement on that. Because some, like I said, are working full time, others are working part time. Some are more aggressive, some are less aggressive. So just to get that, to get that in place. What is the schedule? Another thing to ask is, how is the market for buyers now? In the current market that we're in right now, Do you think this is a good market for me to be buying in? How is the market for buyers? And then what will you do to help me to get the offer accepted if I find something that I am interested in? So that's another question to ask. Another good question to ask is about the real estate agent's connections. So, your real estate agent is your key point person. Your real estate agent knows lenders, they know down payment assistance programs, real estate attorneys, contractors, inspectors. So, the real estate agent is your key point person. So, you're going to ask them about their connections. Now, they may have all the connections, or they may have one or two. So, just to get familiar with that, how can they help you in that aspect as far as all the people that you will need to make up your complete team? Now, if they only have one or two connections versus all the connections, it doesn't mean that they are or aren't a good real estate agent. Just to get a good idea of what their connections are and how they can assist you with this purchase. So basically, you're going to ask those types of questions when it comes to getting a real estate agent. Also, it's important to get a feel for the real estate agent. You can feel by being with them if they really have your best interest in mind or not. Just by being with them when you're walking with them, are they explaining things to you as you walk? Are they walking alongside of you? Are they looking at the entire building, looking at all the intricacies of the building? What could be wrong with the building? Are they looking at those kind of things? Or do you have a real estate agent that just opens the door and kind of stands off to the side and lets you walk around the house by yourself, um, kind of looking at the watch, and they just want you to just buy anything because they want to get that commission? So you can tell that just by being with the real estate agent, just getting a feel. Does this person really have my best interests in mind? So those are the kind of things to think about when hiring a real estate agent. Also, when it comes to purchasing property, it's a better idea to start with a multifamily versus a single. Now, if you've already started with a single, um, it's okay. Perhaps you could do what is called house hacking, but multifamily is better to start with versus a single, even if multifamily is starting with something like a duplex. So that's better than a single. It will bring you more profit than the single. Also, you have more tenants, which means only one roof. And so multifamily is better to start with versus single. So just keep that in mind. I know some people do not want to live with other people, do not want to have any tenants anywhere near them. But if that is something that you could do, that is better, like getting a 4 unit versus getting a single, because you have all of that extra income coming in, paying off your rent, versus getting a single and handling all of that on your own. So, just something to think about. The other option is house hacking to shift some of that burden off of you carrying everything yourself. House hacking is another option. All right, so those are just some things to keep in mind. If you like the channel, please hit the like button. It helps the channel. Please hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber and notification bell next to it so that you won't miss the episode. Also, leave a comment and let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your night.